What's up, P2P membership and our daily joint mobility people? We're going to get back into our daily joint work with the elbows today. Got 3 different movements for the elbows. Remember, we're always going to assess, reassess, so maybe you want to take a walk, see how gait feels, go for a jog, do some skipping if you're feeling spicy today. And otherwise, the other functional movement that I want you to test out is a squat. So we're going to drop hips down and back, reach the hands out, do a couple air squats, and just get a feel for how your knees and hips feel, especially today. Okay, because the elbow relates to the knee in gait, so we have cross-cord reflexes, interlimb neural coupling, fancy neuro terms for why the opposite joint in the upper body relates to that opposing joint in the lower body. So knees and elbows are buddies in the nervous system, and sometimes we'll get an improvement in the knees when we work on the elbows. Sounds wild, right? Let's get started with our top elbow circle. We're going to start with a loose fist, elbows locked, and I'm not straightforward here. I have the arms slightly off to the side. Okay, from there I'm going to do a nice controlled elbow circle where I have the palm rolling to palm up, palm down, hand comes in all the way in towards the chin, so I have full elbow flexion here. Then I'm going to drive that arm back out and lock it. Now my palm is up, roll back to palm down, and we're trying to get through that pronation supination in the forearm, as well as full flexion and then extension or locking out of that elbow. Good. Let's shake that out, retest, or we'll retest in a second. Let's do the other side first. Again, if you wanted to get really specific, in your practice, you could do right side, then left side, then retest your squat, walk, whatever else you're using as assessment for today. All right, that's that side. Top elbow circle is what we just did. Let's go back into our squat. So check the air squat. Again, the feel, range of motion, and especially focusing on maybe those knees. Felt a little bit better for me. Hope yours did as well. We're going to then go to a bottom elbow circle. This one's a little bit different in that instead of the hand going above the shoulder and the elbow, the hand's going to come below the shoulder and the elbow, hence bottom elbow circle instead of top elbow circle. The naming is great, isn't it? So we're going to go ahead and bring the hand below, graze the ribs, and then back out and extend. So we're still trying to get, starting with palm down, rolling to a palm up, coming in, and then locking back out. So there's a little bit more movement. I'll show you from the side. There's a little bit more movement or shift in the upper arm where that elbow is kind of pulling back. We're getting a little bit of shoulder movement there as well. That's okay. We're trying to get a nice deep mobilization at the elbow though as we go through that. If you combine those, you can start doing elbow figure eights where the top and the bottom go in alternating sequence. Let's try bottom elbow circle on the other side. You got this. So long, tall posture, remember to breathe. We're going to scoop that loose fist in towards the ribs. So now the hand's coming into still full elbow flexion, but the hand's coming in underneath the shoulder and then locking back out. Remember to go palm up, palm down as we straighten that arm. And a few reps. Nice job. Shake it out. And then let's go into a couple squats. So settling in. And again, get a feel for what's my range of motion like, how do the knees feel? Hopefully better. If that was an improvement, jot down in your training journal, hey, bottom elbow circles, whichever one maybe was better for you, is a high payoff or a high performance drill, and I need to do more of that. Just try to incorporate them creatively throughout your day. All right, then we're going to loaded elbow circles. So just like in a squat, your knees are loaded with some body weight. Now we're gonna load the elbows with some body weight as well. So for this, if you got a pillow handy, awesome. Couch cushion, throw it on the floor. If you do have like some nice balance pads and you want to throw those under your knees, that works great as well. Or if you're hardcore and you're just like, my knees feel great, go ahead and set them right on the floor, whatever surface you're working on. We're then going to get into kneeling. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And what you'll notice is we want to pick one side first here to focus on elbow circling on that one side. The other elbow is going to move a little bit, but it's going to be sort of more of a linear movement. One side's circular, one side's more linear, okay? So as we go into, I'm picking this right elbow to start with. As we go into the elbow circle, we're going to drop, almost like dropping into a push-up. Bring the elbow down, around to the outside, scoop it through, and then really roll hard to get that elbow armpit facing forward. Okay, then we're going to drop, try to pull it to the inside, scoop around by the floor to the outside, and then roll back to the inside with the elbow locked. And if we can elbow circle that direction, we can also scoop back in, start to the outside, and come back inside, go in that opposite direction. Nice. So you could retest after that, get an idea for, especially if it was the opposite knee you wanted to improve, you could retest a couple squats. If not, just kind of going more general today so we can cruise through this. We're going to go to the other elbow. So you can touch it, skin stim it a little bit if you want to. Remind your brain where it is, give that sensory cortex some activation, and then go into that elbow circle. So elbow goes down towards the floor, scoops to the outside, comes back around to the inside and locks out, and try to really press that, again, elbow armpit forward. Let's do one more and then switch direction. So start elbow to the outside, scoop to the inside, pushing that elbow armpit forward. Create some nice mobilization at the wrist too. Hopefully you notice that. And then let's come back up, retest your squats. So feeling pretty good. Hope your squat is feeling better as well. Remember, elbows and knees are buddies, and I'll see you in the next daily joint mobility video.